we're traveling around in the interim instead, because until that's all sorted, we're on a bit of a hiatus, but we will go back. That's the plan for the new year.
So now you're in the visa application process.
Yeah.
So, and that may take some time, right? None of these things are
Yeah.
immediate. So,
No.
so what happened next? Baby number 2 comes along.
Baby number 2 comes along. Fabulous. All very exciting. But we decided that we weren't going to wait around basically for our visas. So we set off for Europe, to France. We decided to take them both to France. And we had a fabulous time. However, there's another new little problem, which is Brexit. So we couldn't stay in France. We used up our 90 days, because you can only have 90 days now before you have to leave again. And we used all of ours up. So we actually, because it's done on a rolling basis, we did a couple of months, and then we came back for a month and then went back again, because we'd sort of re-earned the days. But come September, we were completely out of days. Europe won't take us anymore. So we had to come up with somewhere else. So we're actually currently in Cyprus, which is fabulous, because although European, it's not in the Schengen agreement. So we essentially went onto Google and spent hours trailing through where we could go around the globe that was suitable. And for other reasons, we wanted to be in France in December. So we knew we had a shorter period this time. So we only had September to December. So Cyprus came up, wasn't too far to travel. Neither of us had ever been. And it turns out it's an absolutely beautiful country. I highly recommend it. We've been here now for 3 months, 2 months. I don't know. And you just don't get bored. It's just stunning. Everywhere's stunning.
Wow. So now, so this is all part of a plan to ultimately get to South Africa. But at the moment, you're a bit like modern day gypsies, because you're even in Cyprus, you're not in one place, are you? You're
No.
You're mobile. You're moving around.
Yeah, we move about every week. Actually, the place we're in now, we're here for 2 weeks, which is very nice, because it feels like a very long time. But yes, we are indeed modern day gypsies. We just hop about, seeing what we can find next, find new areas, which is great actually, because it means, you never get restless in one spot, because you can explore it all intensely and then find the next spot. And it's great for the children, because they get to see a whole array of different things, different parts of, an area, in this case Cyprus. And they are very different. The different places we've been so far are very different from each other. So they experience different cultures, different people, and also different nationalities, because there's obviously people here from all over. So it's been brilliant.
That's extraordinary. Yeah. So, and your daughter's of an age that she can really appreciate all of that, isn't she? She's old.
Yeah, she is.
Your little boy's probably, I mean, he's young enough to enjoy everything, but he's very young, isn't he? Whereas your daughter's of an age where she would be chatting away to other people and things like that.
Yes, and she has no fear on that front. Yeah, she's just turned 3, so she is. She just wanders around talking to everyone. She sees anybody, she says, "Oh, look, there's my friend." Starts chatting, which is great. I love it. My youngest is too young. He probably won't remember it, but I like to think that all the experience will help develop who he becomes, rather
than,
stuck indoors in the rain.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
So you fulfilled through all these obstacles and nothing's getting in your way. So, and then you'll have, and France is an interesting one, because France is somewhere you've lived before. And France is a bit of a second home, isn't it? Because isn't that where your parents live?
Yeah. So my parents live in France. I've always loved France. And I speak French, which always helps. But we a few years ago, pre-children, we actually decided to go to Paris. We just decided we wanted to leave England. It was actually our first stop together, me and my partner as a couple, as where should we go that's not England? And we thought, well, at least if we go to France, then one of us speaks the language as like a starter for living somewhere permanently. And we'd planned to go for a year, and we actually ended up staying 2 years because we both just loved Paris. It was a great city to live in. You could wander for hours on an evening. You just walk for miles without even, without retracing your steps, and see something new every single time. So we did love that. And then it's kind of stayed with us. So even though we moved on multiple times afterwards, we go back, my parents are over there, so we go back over quite regularly. But it's always has been our sort of go-to, let's go there for a few months, let's see what's there. So actually, just before I had my daughter, we were living in France. We were living in Limoges, which is very central France. And that was very different to Paris, but it was brilliant. And we spent a lot of time saying, well, actually, we could make a life here with a child, because it's, it'd be great. It's much more, well, for us, it depends on what you like, but for us, it's much more outdoors, being outdoors all the time, just exploring. France has great transport, so you can travel around so easily. I realize I'm becoming a bit of an advocate for France now. So yeah, we did have long chats about maybe staying put there, but obviously that was all pre-Brexit. And the love of South Africa will always override. It was, it was a separate love. We both fell in love with it before we knew each other. And it was just coincidence that it was the one place we both wanted to go. And we've now both been a few times together. And obviously we've now spent the time we did, post and during COVID, that I think that will always win.